Hello friends, welcome you all to Higher Learning channel. Today we'll learn something from UGC NET Paper 1 Unit 2 Research Aptitude on the subtopic Meaning of Research, Characteristic of Research, Types of Research, Sequence of Research, Positivism and Post-Positivism. Now let's get started. What is research? Research etymologically, the word research is derived from French word rechercher, which means to go about seeking. Here is a definition by American sociologist Earl Robert Poppy. He says, research is a systematic inquiry to describe, explain, critique, and control the observed phenomenon. It involves inductive and deductive method. Inductive here means analyze and observe event, while deductive research is to verify the observed event. Therefore, research literally means creative and systematic work undertaken to increase the stock of knowledge. Next is characteristic of research. A good researcher always follows a systematic approach to capture accurate data. Research is a scientific and social investigation, and research information is used to take accurate decision, and also research develops concept, principles, and theory, and therefore there is also an in-depth analysis of all data collected based on logical reasoning and involve both inductive and deductive methods. Inductive research here is also called qualitative research, and deductive method is commonly associated with the quantitative analysis, which means to study a complex things. Now let's come to types of research. Under type of research, every year we have to keep in mind, because under the types of research UGC always brings out some or the other questions from this topic. Therefore we need to study thoroughly in this topic. Firstly, fundamental research. It is also called basic research or pure or theoretical research based on existing knowledge, and it is a concept-based knowledge. Therefore, there is as fundamental research deals with formulation of theory, therefore it is called basic research. Next is applied research, which means application of theory, finding practical value, action oriented. Next is action research. Action research aims to find out immediate solution for a problem. Next is empirical research, which is based on experience and observation alone. Next is conceptual research. This method is used generally by philosophers in order to study a particular subject matter. Next is ex post facto research, which is also called descriptive research, as researcher gives report on what has happened and what is happening. Ex post facto probably is a study of impact of past experience, as the research is carried out only after the incident. Next, historical research analyzes events on past records as in order to understand present and future. Now, exploratory research, which means to explore things. Exploratory research is a type of research conducted for a problem that has not been clearly defined, which means to explore things. Lastly, diagnostic research. It is also called clinical research because it aims to identify the cause of problem, as it is usually used by doctor to find out a particular cause of a disease. Next is sequence of research. formulation of problem. The first step in research is that there should be a proper selection and understanding of the particular subject matter. Then literature study. The scholar or the researcher have to carry out a thorough study of literature, then have formulation of hypotheses. Hypothesis, which is also an assumption about various aspects of problems of research topic. Hypothesis is also done to determine the validity of assumption. Next is preparing research design. Research design, it means conceptual framework. Research design involves correct and appropriate information in order to find out like cost factor, time and effort. Next, collection of data. Under it is divided into two categories, primary data and secondary data. Primary data includes survey, experiments, group discussions, questionnaire, etc. Now the secondary data, it means the researcher carry out to study and compare the data that have already been collected by someone else. Next is analysis of data. Analysis, as I have said, it is to study a complex things. Now, the researcher or the scholar, after collection of data, it should be arranged properly and classified into different categories so that irrelevant data should be separated and relevant data should be coded and further carried out. Next is hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing, it includes like F-test, T-test, and then the result should also decide that the hypothesis should be accepted or rejected. Now, generalization and conclusion. Now, after proper generalization, summarization, and analyzation, the scholar prepares a proper report in detail and further brings out critical conclusion. Now, our topic is positivism. What is positivism? Positivism is a philosophical theory stating that certain positive knowledge is based on natural phenomena. In other words, a doctrine that states that the only authentic knowledge is scientific knowledge and that such knowledge can come only from positive affirmation of theories through strict scientific method, refusing every form of metaphysics. Metaphysics, which means is a branch of philosophy that studies the first principles, and the post-positivists, they view or they focus only on scientific theory. Next, positivists is based on quantitative and objectivity. Here they also make a question like positivism is based on quantitative or objectivity or subjectivity or qualitative, etc. And then next, positivism is also probably like a part of an ancient quarrel between philosophy and poetry, notably led by Plato and later formulated between science and humanities. Positivists always believes in empiricism. Empiricism is an idea that observation and measurement is the core of scientific endeavor. As we know that the key approach of scientific method is experiment. Our last topic is post-positivistic approach. Now, what is post-positivist approach? In the 20th century, views on science began to change. There was a shift away from positivist approach to post-positivist approach, as post-positivist believes that the goal of science is to hold steadily to the goal of getting it right about reality, even though we can never achieve it. Next, post-positivist perspective is that not everything is completely knowable, and their theory is also based on qualitative and subjectivity approach. Post-positivists are always constructivists, where constructivists are those who believe that each of us construct our view of world based on our perception of it. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and in the next video we will discuss on the topic like methods of research, thesis and article writing, format, footnote, and application of ICT in research and research ethics. You can also check on another video, that is mock test on research aptitude. So keep on updated. Thank you.